Lucario wouldn't even think of tossing a fist Chris's way. You alright there? You having a good time? You enjoying yourself? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Wait, hold on a minute, Ness said. How come we can bash on ghosts? Aren't they supposed to be invisible? Perhaps the TV media lies to children about some supernatural facts, Juff said. Juff commented, rather. He got stares. What? I was just commenting on it. As the sentence describes. Juff did in fact comment on it. And, our channeler Chris decided to use the same fucking word in the dialogue. The language... Ugh. The cave was relatively short and somewhat boring, though at the end, above a few rocky steps, awaited a sentient foe bent on blocking their way to their next location. They came to a stop when they found a glaring pink blob that was made out of all things, pink puke. You like pink puke? Big fan of that? You like it? I think so. Could not reach for comment. With Lucario sensing a red aura out of it, he started growling down at it. Don't tell me this is actually... Paula trailed off until two clean eyes popped out from the small pile of puke. Ah! She shrieked. A sniffing sound came out of it as it neared Nessa's side. The boy backed off once the eyes stared up at him. You have fly, honey, he said, delighted. But actually you're just a commoner. I am the mortal enemy of your kind, he proclaimed. I hardly consider a puke ball a mortal enemy, Juff said. Chris winced. I've seen everything now, he muttered to himself, hard to believe the blob of puke was capable of human speech. Ness looked dully at the blob. Look, random puke guy, we need to move on ahead and get to that ladder behind you. There was a rope ladder leading outside to another area behind the pink puke. Unless you want to die, please move aside. Move aside, please. The mini bath hopped angrily. How rude, you commoners, he said. Well, I'm merely doing the job for my boss, Master Belch. It is my sworn duty to keep you off limits from here. He turned to Chris and Lucario. Hey, you two. You look familiar. The mentioned duo blinked. Familiar? Lucario wondered. He narrowed his eyes. You are those two guys sent by that hand guy those other guys alerted us about, the mini-bath said. You must perish. Well, wait, Chris interjected, confused about the fact. Who told you about us? Who told you about us? It's important to mention the fact that he stutters. That's a crucial part of his character. Since you are going to perish in here, I may as well tell you, the mini-bath said, ignoring the group's collective bored looks. But first, the stinky breath. It surprised them all by releasing a very stinky breath that propagated in the air quickly, causing them to gag. The breath had the nasty effect of making their eyes cry uncontrollably. Why does everything make them cry? Again with the crying eyes? Ugh! Ness complained. I hate this and I'm already short-sighted as it is. Jess complained next. Apparently he invented a new character called Jess. Juff complained next, taking off his glasses to rub his crying eyes. Hwa, 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 hwa. The mini-bath laughed as they helplessly rubbed their eyes. Now that you are defenseless against my might, you shall die. He jumped towards Lucario to push him down, which was a very suicidal idea, as it only got him to latch himself onto his fur, alerting the Aura Pokemon from his presence. Lucario growled and grabbed the puke with his left hand, regretting doing so when he felt the odd texture, before tossing it harshly at the nearby wall, obliterating it in a large spot spread everywhere and bringing it to an anticlimactic end for its troubles. With the short-lived battle having ended, their crying eyes were restored to normal, much to their relief. Whew! Paula sighed. That was the end of it, she said as they looked at the pink puke splattered on the wall to the right. We won, Ness joked. Oh my god, I can't believe we defeated a monster made out of puke. We're so awesome. Stop it, please, Chris muttered. It feels so underwhelming when you say it like that. Moreover, he stared at the sickening puke, it said it knew who Lucario and I were. Oh, that, Juff said, cleaning his glasses. He was talking about some guys alerting his team about you two. Don't you think the Subspace army is those guys he mentioned? Most likely, Paula said. They're tracking you down after all. Lucario sighed slowly. Then they were trying to take us out at Winters, he said. Hold on for a moment. Let's see if I can track down their auras in the perimeter. He stood there and activated his aura sensors, though he didn't go so far as to glow with it. It was activated in a stealthy manner before he scanned the area around them. That is strange. I can't find anything unusual in my field of vision, he said. There shouldn't be anything else beyond that ladder over there, but I can sense that there is a lot more negative aura surrounding the falls up ahead than in Threed. There are falls up ahead? Ness wondered as he went over to climb up the next ladder, indirectly telling the group to follow his lead. Grapefruit Falls. Falls. The falls were known to have a distinct smell of grapefruits that wafted the air for a refreshing scent, which was completely true for anybody who would get to them. Even from the passage, the fruity smell could be reached from there at its weakest. From up close, the smell was stronger and more refreshing. The chosen ones and their guests climbed out from the passage into the grassy open to get a full scene of the grapes into their lungs, finding it very pleasant to the nose. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, Mids. Oh, I didn't mean to startle you. Looking around, the falls had a setting which consisted of a long, grassy, winding path going up north between highland to the right and a large lake to the left. Far up north were the iconic crashing falls, keeping up a water supply for the flora and fauna of the region. It was a location like this that looked majestic to visit, and both Chris and Lucario didn't mind the oddness that was the grape smell, as there were no grapes anywhere in sight for now. That's a bit odd. What a smell, Juff noted, smiling. How very pleasant. It's hard to believe that this area is shrouded in a red aura, Lucario stated. It looks so peaceful with the naked eye. Say, Ness began, wouldn't that mean one of Gygas's cronies is somewhere in here? I get the feeling that's why that bath monster was trying to keep us away. And possibly the source of all those zombies in Threed, Paula said. Oh, customers! Alright, I'll go Yorkshire. The five jerked their heads to the left where they found a man wearing a black hat smiling their way. Would you like to buy me wares? He offered them. I sell a lot of food like croissants, cups of coffee and calorie sticks. Ness looked around to see if there were any other people nearby. Seriously? He asked. You set up your business in this rather desolated location? Chris looked incredulously at him. Are you seriously asking this instead of the costly pizza you brought back at Threed? He asked. This is far weirder than the pizza. I fail to see how it is that much weirder than this man here, Lucario commented. The man sniffed. Don't call me weird. The other guys laughed at me for proposing an idea to set up my business here. I figured it was a tourist landmark, he said in his defence, despite his tearful eyes. Would you buy something from this poor soul? Sometime later, after buying croissants from the random business guy at the falls, the group continued down the grassy path to see where it led them. As they walked, they stole glances at the large lake next to the path, admiring the falls far up ahead on the horizon. The overall scenery looked pretty and nice to set up a picnic spot, had it not been for the monstrosities that they came across after walking further north. Oh, is that the last that we're going to see of the random shop guy? That's a shame. I used up my Yorkshire accent. I'm going to have to reuse that some other time, like my Irish one. Oh well. There were large brown crocodiles in the path up ahead. The children backed off at the oddly bipedal crocodiles, constantly rubbing their bellies as they surveyed the area for food, or more precisely, prey to eat alive with their large jaws. The goofy looks on their eyes gave the false impression of friendliness, their version of crocodile tears. Which surely would just be regular crocodile tears, because they're crocodiles. For once, I miss burning zombies, Paula muttered. Well, that's, really? You literally just come across the crocodiles and all of a sudden you think they're worse than the zombies. That's awfully judgmental of you, Paula. How could you be